How's it hanging, fellas? I'm OrosZ, and this is another episode of The Outer Worlds. This is actually the last episode. In this episode, we're going to fuck everyone up. We're going to murder everyone in our fucking way. No fucking mercy.
Glory, take me. I thought the chasm outside Stellar Bay was deep.
Shut up, and...
This makes me nauseous.
Where the fuck are these motherfuckers? Got a sniper rifle, and I'm not gonna hesitate to use it. He like fucking turn around so I can see his stupid head. I think enemies are all over the place, because I gotta climb all the way up. This is probably the coolest part in this game, to be honest. Maybe not the game, but...
Never saw ya.
Shut up. Maybe they never saw me, because I can't fucking tell where they are. Oh, come on. Is the drone not gonna die? Oh, screw you. I upgraded Ellie's gun. And stab him all to death. It's bound to work out well. For a shotgun, this gun really sucks. I'm about to die. Have I not been shooting anyone? Are you happy all? Are you all fucking happy? I wanted to go stealthy and shit, but you guys just don't fucking want to make me do that. Also, the shotgun sucks. I walk up to a guy and shoot him in the face. What do you expect to happen if you walk up to someone with a shotgun and shoot him in the face? You expect his face to be torn into parts, but no. That's why when I was playing Postal 2, there's so many difficulty options for Postal 2, so you can replay the game like harder, slightly. But the thing was, I always hated the difficulty levels that got to the point where a shotgun blast in the face from like point blank range wouldn't kill the enemies. 'Cause fuck, I don't know. I know this is supposed to be hard and enemies dying with one shot in the face would make this easy. But there's just, I don't know, the lack of satisfaction about killing enemies. It's like I'm fucking shooting a brick wall. It's like if you would shoot a brick wall in real life, eventually it would probably fall over. But you wouldn't have a satisfaction of fucking up a brick wall. Or would you? Who are you, by the way?
I'm working as fast as I can, alright? If y'all would quit bothering me, I'd get this done sooner.
What are you doing?
Is that a joke? Y'all call me out to fix the FPS and now you're asking me who I am?
I gotta fix the FPSs because my footage is only 30. I don't know what an FPS is.
Whatever. I need to fix forced pacification system. If the
Oh.
prisoners riot,
Well, I got
gas
forced
them.
30
Went
force
a
pacification
little
system per
haywire
second on my
after the last
footage.
deployment, so here I am. Anyway,
Cause I don't have a
so get
fucking
out of here, will you?
PS4 Pro. I got a normal PS4. Fuck you. This is for making fun of me and your PC Master Race, you dumb bitch. I'm a hardcore console gamer. Anyone who insults my consoles gets a fucking shotgun blast in the face. It's like that guy who, on Twitter, there was some dude. Oh, there was a secret way in. Oh, okay. Maybe I should have fucking used oh, no, wait, never mind. I couldn't get in. Are these enemies like above me? Thank God for the amazing zoom I have on my sniper. Can I like zoom in further?
Sorry, I can't.
No, this does not fucking zoom in on anything. That's just how pathetic my zoom on my sniper rifle is. Alright, great. Who the fuck needs a good look at your enemies? Nobody does. I have plenty of ammo. I have a feeling like I ain't gonna have much trouble with this shit. What was I talking about? I was talking about some subject and then I kinda stopped. Last episode I was talking about Evil Dead, but I feel like I said everything I wanted to say about it. Didn't even told you what I thought about it. Just recapped what happened in the movie. I liked it. Definitely creeped me out. I'm not a fan of horror movies, but I just wanted to get into the Evil Dead franchise. And I always treated Evil Dead franchise like an action franchise with horror elements, like spooky monsters. But it's not never like, oh my god, Evil Dead, I'm scared. It's more like, oh, Evil Dead, hell yeah. Why the fuck would I be scared of Evil Ash in Army of Darkness? It looks fucking silly, and he like kidnaps a girl, and he fucking makes her his girlfriend. I didn't know that Evil Ash is the villain of Army of Darkness. I never noticed that it's the same bad guy. Unless he says that I'm a dumbass, which is highly possible. Alright, no fucking stealth. I don't care anymore. Stealth is a shitty option. Oh damn it, I shot someone again. Okay, now it's really bad. The guys that are helping me out look exactly the same as the ones that I have to fight against. What was that? Couldn't possibly be a mass shooting right next to me. He took no damage because he was on a ladder. I did that. I fucking elbow punched him to death. No, I didn't. Monarch Stellar Bay reputation. Did I kill the Messiah by accident? I honestly thought Sanja wouldn't help me because Sanja wanted to get on the good side with the board. But right now he sent his troops to fucking kill board soldiers. So is he betraying the board in the end, or is he just like he feels like he owns me, so he has to do it? I don't know. Also, I think... No, never mind. There you go. MSI troopers are around. They don't seem to mind me. Oh my god, fucking dumbasses. These people are idiots. MSI trooper. Oh shit, they're not on my side anymore. It's so hard to get around. There's like walls that I can't go through. I can't even aim through it. Nah, fuck. So annoying. No, cause you even hit with that thing. There should be a reputation like in Fallout that I got. A ruthless thug reputation. Which I'm about to sneeze. Oh, I didn't. Thank God. Which, that reputation made like everyone afraid of you. I'm like, this game fucking should have had a reputation like that, because I murdered a city of like guards. The board should be like fucking scared of me and should just like obey everything I fucking tell them to do. I would feel more badass, like I fucking... Like my genocide I went on wasn't like by accident. It actually had some benefits to me. This gun is really good. I regret not using it before. Like in my previous playthrough. In my previous playthrough I was running around with like a default rifle all the fucking game. Because I was like, oh, I'm just gonna upgrade this fucking gun and I'm gonna make it the best gun in the game. I found like a weird passage. What the fuck were the that leads to? Oh, back here, great. Great, I didn't needed that. I guess I could sneak by. Why the fuck would I now all of a sudden try to sneak by? I tried at the beginning. Whoops. And that didn't work. You know, when I got here with a default gun, enemies took like a lot of shots. So I seriously relied on my companions to take care of everyone, or the backup I got. So I was like, fuck, I ain't gonna do that shit. How am I supposed to do this? I did. The robot I was talking about, that's like the final boss of the game, he gave me a lot of trouble. It's Friday today, so this is the last video I'm gonna record this week, and it just happens to be the last of this fucking game. Next, we're gonna do Yakuza 0, like I said. And, Yakuza 0, and I guess after Grim Fandango, I'm gonna do... After Grim Fandango, I'm gonna do...
Well, look who it is.
No, it's the bad guy. I mean, the
I'll be
president
damned.
of the
I was
galaxy or
prepping
something.
the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus.
Hey, can I make an
And the
announcement?
wayward doctor.
Shadow is
Are
a
you about
bitch-ass
done with your
motherfucker.
escapades? We have faces that need lifting, after all.
These days, I'm more interested in breaking them. Wouldn't mind taking a swing at yours.
Hell yeah. We're gonna fuck you
I
up.
knew I smelled Monarch when you lot walked in. The stench of sulfur, depression, and desperate bravado is unmistakable.
Oh, you really wanna get
Keep
shot?
talking, and you'll be smelling iron. Ain't nobody so important I won't put a bullet in him.
When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens.
Get the fuck out of my way,
I'm
you
not
piece
in
of
your
shit.
way, you dullard. You talk to me. You want to go die in a blaze of glory?
Actually, no,
Be
I
my
didn't. I
guest.
walked into the room and then you started
Besides,
to
I don't
call
know
me a
what you're
dickhead.
doing here, but Sophia's doing good work up there with Phineas. Your efforts will be in vain.
Alright, that was really nice to meet you, you piece of shit. I murdered the president of the galaxy. And I don't even feel bad. Oh, white chocolate! Thank you. Wish I could burn it to death or something. Nope. Well, I had a flamethrower. Well, I don't have it. I don't have it anymore. Some garbage. Sticky notes. Is this where they were recording that stupid announcement? Yeah, that he was like standing here. He was like, "Dear citizens, we're gonna freeze you to death, and don't worry." Why the fuck? Oh, I guess he was like hiding here. Maybe this is like his fucking underground secret base. Like they use this prison. It's super protected as an excuse. Like, oh, dangerous criminals are kept here. But what actually happens here is like not just the dangerous criminals. It's also like a bunch of fucking weird government projects. Someone out here already died. Okay. They melted before I even got here. That's how fucking scary I am. That Lupin movie I was talking about like 2 episodes ago was called Bye Bye Liberty Crisis, and yeah, I don't know, that one was... The dub was weird. What was that fucking one I watched yesterday? I forgot its name. It was like a race. Oh, it was called Napoleon's Diary? Yeah, it seemed like that was one of the older ones. Animation seemed like more outdated. Lupin's outfit was still the red and yellow one, so I imagine it must have been season 2. But maybe it was like one of the early season 2 movies. No one helps me on this level. I think on this level... Oh, she's getting brainwashed. Like, the Iconoclast should have helped me on this level, and since I didn't really help them, and they're not willing to help me either. I know, it's weird, strange to imagine. You guys are cool, right? We're cool. You guys got my back. People are freaking out. Have they fucking murdered everyone? Good. And that one's a cool fucking scene where Zenigata actually captures Lupin. And he goes to a hotel with him. I guess they're really far away, so they can't just put him in prison already.
Fine.
I'd missed. Thought I shoot him in the head. Ah, so precise. Yeah, I think we're pretty close to the end. I didn't even need it to separate it into two parts, but whatever I did. Oh yeah, Fallout 76 apparently is free this weekend. And since it's for free, I'm probably gonna try it out maybe. Except the Wastelander pack is like also part of it. But the thing is, I don't know whether or not I can actually fucking play it since I don't have PS Plus and it's an online game. I wanna see.
Guess this
What
is
maybe
it,
I can
huh?
play it by myself.
Take a breath now, folks. Once we're up there.
Like maybe just
Expect
because I
we
don't have a
have
PS
time
Plus,
to
it will
stop
mean that I
shooting.
just won't be able to fucking play with other people. So he takes them to a hotel, and they have a funny scene where they like, because they're in handcuffs, and they just feed each other like they're on a date.
Captain, you have an
And then
uncanny
then
talent
they
for complicating my life.
Lupin puts like a sleeping pill in
You've
his
been
drink
working with Dr.
and
Wells
swaps clothes
from
with
the
him and like
beginning.
pretends to be
When we
Zenigata,
moved to
and
arrest
Zenigata
him,
looks like
he
Lupin, and
was
he's like, oh
prepared.
man, what's happening?
I lost good soldiers in the attempt.
And later in the movie, right,
You've disrupted the balance of power.
Zenigata,
You've
like
upset
Lupin
the
dressed as
natural
Zenigata
order
kisses
of
the
things.
girl that was
You've
Zenigata's
introduced
assistant,
uncertainty,
and
and
acts
there
all
is
romantic
nothing
with
I
her.
despise more than
And then at the end,
uncertainty.
that girl actually falls for Zenigata. But since these movies don't have much continuity, I guess he doesn't have a girlfriend anymore. I don't know, maybe they explained it like he was a shitty fucking boyfriend. Blah blah blah. I really don't fucking care. I sure love talking, but they don't pay me by the word.
Typical. Running your mouth in the middle of a crisis. It's almost as if you delight in chaos.
Excuse me,
I should
who's
have
the
dealt
one
with
running
you a
your
long
mouth?
time ago.
Can you shut
You're
up?
always too dangerous to leave unchecked.
Aw, stop, you're making me blush.
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised by your impertinence. Leaving you alive was my greatest mistake. But it is a mistake I intend to correct. I have Dr. Wells in my custody. Once I've secured his cooperation, I can move forward with the program. I can repair the damage you've done. I can set things right.
Okay. I don't enjoy the thought of No, I do enjoy that.
I'm aware
Don't
of your
fucking
propensity
test
for
me,
violence.
bitch.
Halcyon is a bloodier place because of you.
Hell
I
yeah,
wish you'd
especially
simply cooperated
Byzantium.
with me. You're the finest marksman in Halcyon. You could have been my gun.
Sound's cutting off again, great. Fuck you,
If you insist.
you psychopath. I don't think she's a
This
psychopath.
prison is equipped with an automechanical warden. I've had it
I want to have
programmed to
looked up what a
eliminate you
psychopath
on
is, and
sight rinse your
psychopaths are like
remains
people
down
with no
the drain.
empathy for others.
And don't worry. I will inform Dr.
Like,
Wells
psychopath
that
doesn't
you died
necessarily need to
heroically,
fucking kill people
suffering.
and laugh about it or something. They just have to like see fucking people suffering, and they just like don't give a shit. So that's Ram. I think it's just basically Sam but bigger, and that's the final boss. Look at him, he just fucking stands there like a moron. Hi, I'm Ram. I'm here to kill you. And if you would cooperate and die, that would be cool. Swear to God, oh my God, let's make this canon. This is fucking Sam. He came back because I kicked him out of the ship, and now he wants to fucking kill me. Fucking you not to trust robots, to tell you. Damn it, Sam. Can't believe you're back. Aw, Sam. Shouldn't have messed with me. Using everything I got. And I don't got much. Lots of drones. Shame there's nothing like in Borderlands where you have a second wind. 'Cause then I wouldn't fear having so low health. But now it's more like... I think this is seriously my most powerful weapon, so I should just fuck him up with this. Hey, I got him. This is what you fucking get, Sam. This is what you get. You should have betrayed me. Even though I treated you like shit and I kicked you out of this ship. Fucking hell, you can't trust robots. Shouldn't have even resurrected him. Oh, Sam. Definitely was him. He just came back to kick my ass because I kicked him out of the ship and he became all evil. Because when we kicked him out, we didn't really saw what happened to him. He just disappeared. Time to fucking end this. Nice stairs, by the way. Really like them. Not even talking, just shooting. Shooty tooty from the beginning. Well, just hang in there, okay? Yeah, they take place in like a race. I thought it was gonna be like Wacky Racers. Remember that fucking old cartoon, Wacky Racers? Probably, maybe don't, unless you watched Boomerang. Because I feel like it was on Boomerang all the time.
You don't know how glad I am to see you.
Yeah, and
You did the right thing. Akande was a
that was
monster.
alright.
Her death was much deserved.
I liked
and
it
long
decently
overdue.
enough. Still more than Fuma
You
Conspiracy.
lunatic! You broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man! You are absolutely out of your mind. And I can't begin to thank you enough.
Yeah, the board never stood a fucking chance.
Ah, all in a day's work for you, huh?
Yep,
You've broken the board's strength.
that's what I'm made for. Killing motherfuckers.
My life.
My voice
There's
broke.
still so much we have yet to accomplish.
And what else in that movie that I
You
found
and
off
I
the screen?
are going to
Oh,
have to
another
work
thing I
harder than
forgot
ever to save
is
Halcyon.
in
I'm afraid
Alcatraz
the
Connection,
situation is far
Goemon
worse than any of us ever anticipated.
flirts with like a girl. He has a girlfriend. He basically just becomes like her fucking, as Jigen puts it, gigolo. You know what a gigolo is. And I don't know whether he knows that she's a bad guy and he wants to get close to her, or he does that because he wants to be humiliated, because that will like humble him or something like that. I don't know. Goemon always is up to weird shit in those movies. And like in this one, the fucking Napoleon Diary, his whole shtick was that he watched a fucking samurai movie or something like that, and he wanted to be more like the guy in the movie, and he started speaking like him, which was pretty lame. And yeah, and in Tower of Babylon, he flirts with like a Chinese spy. And then in another movie, there's this whole thing where Goemon starts to cooperate with his like old childhood friend, and he kind of has a crush on her, right? But she turns evil at the end and dies. And I don't know about the continuity of these movies, but then in Fuma Conspiracy, I guess that's the only interesting part of Fuma Conspiracy, is that Goemon actually gets married at the beginning to a girl that he apparently knew. I was like, what the fuck? Why is he getting married? Is it like part of a plot? Like he wants to get married to fuck her over and like steal her money or something? But no, he's too honorable for that. He actually wants to marry her. But then by the end of the movie he realizes that marrying her would put her in danger if he doesn't do that. So I guess then he just fucking ignores that and starts flirting with other girls. I guess Goemon isn't as honorable as he's fucking led it to believe. I don't know what the fuck he just said. You and I are going to have worked harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us anticipated. Yeah, I was already opening beers.
I would like nothing more than to celebrate this victory, but we have a serious problem on our hands.
What serious problem? We
Earth
finished the
has
game.
gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing.
Ooh, that's
2 years
interesting.
ago,
Great
the
setup
Earth's
for a
Directorate's
sequel.
frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth.
I hope sequel
We don't know what they discovered when they arrived,
makes it
or
so you play
if
as a
they
different
arrived at
character.
all.
They haven't
For
exactly
example,
been
the fate of
hands-on around
the
here
first
anyway.
game's character is just
So there's one
unknown.
less rubber stamp to worry about.
Earth is humanity's home planet, Miss Fenhill. The psychological effects of losing
And if
our
I would play the
original
sequel,
home
I
will
would
be
just play a Jimmy Bob
devastating.
again and just like
So we've got to
Call him
make do on
Jimmy
our own.
Bobo.
Seems to me that'll make us stronger in the end anyhow.
You're quite right. We've got no choice but to make do on our own. We're in serious
And one thing
trouble,
I
my
kind of
friend.
screwed up in
You know
this
what
game,
this
but I did
means
it
for
on
Halcyon?
purpose,
We
is
can't
that I
rely
wasn't
on Earth
equipping
for
my
support
companions with
anymore.
like the best
We've been
armors.
cut
I just
loose.
wanted to make them
We're
look cool.
entirely on our own.
But that ended up in them dying like at the beginning of every gunfight. Yeah, we better get started.
Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds. And then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader. And I
Yeah,
can't
what I was
imagine a
thinking
better person
with
for the
voice
job
actors,
than
they
you.
probably
What do
sometimes,
you
like
say,
this
old
guy for
friend?
example, he has a
Will
lot
you
of
help
dialogue
us?
that he probably had to voice. I imagine that he sat down for like maybe 2 days and he fucking did all of it. What if he would get sick? Like he would get a sore throat and he would talk like this for the rest of the day or something. But couldn't you actually take an advantage of your fucking sick voice? Which I know when you have a sick voice you probably shouldn't do that. But what if he voiced it like a monster character while he has a sick throat? Sometimes when I have a sore throat, I do this thing where when I talk, it almost sounds like there's like two voices coming out of me at once, and it's fucking creepy. But it's just because I have a sore throat and it does like a weird shit to me, and I always think like, man, I wish I could do this like on demand. That would be cool. But I can't really do that. That's not the voice. I just sound stupid shit like always. Gotta take a shit speaking of shit, so we better wrap this up. Somebody has to run the colony, the only competent person left. No, I'm the competent. Fuck you, I don't wanna run it. You can count on me, I'll help you save the
When I
colonists.
revived you, I thought you were going to help me save this colony. I was wrong. I had our roles reversed, you see. You're the one who's going to save us all. I'm just the one who set you on your path. You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon.
What
If
I
you
like
want
to
take it
think
upon
is,
yourself to lead this colony, you have my support.
that Jimmy
We're not a
Bob
colony any longer,
was
are
on
we?
Earth. He
Our
was the
last connection
commando
to
that I
Earth
was
has been
speaking
severed,
of from his
and
past.
so we have been set free.
But I couldn't think of a connection. How did he
Our
get
future
frozen
is
and then
uncertain, and
refrozen
no
in
one
this
knows
game?
what tomorrow holds.
I guess maybe
Exciting,
he was
isn't it?
selected to be like he's like one of the Earth's finest soldiers, and that's why they chose him to be frozen. Yeah, let's go with that. If you don't know Jimmy Bob's backstory, oh, what's
The
happening?
OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan.
Is that
But
Max?
the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was
No,
an
that's not him.
unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale,
Also, that's not
his
me.
actions altered the course of history. The events
I
of
never put an
Darkness
armor
brought
like
about
that,
the
ever.
end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to
I
Earth,
think I got a good
they
ending.
had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard.
That's
in the years to
Roseway.
come.
Did something specific happen to
Some towns
Roseway?
dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In
And
the
did
years to
Roseway
come,
find a way to
Halcyon
carry
was
on?
forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Sanjar's civil liberties and worker-centered
Sanjar.
policies were slow to catch on with the other corporations. But as Halcyon began its long, arduous journey toward recovery, many of Terra 2's smaller townships started adopting MSI's alternative corporate structure, and eventually became entirely self-sufficient.
See, so
In
I
the
feel like
coming
Sanjar's the
years,
better choice
many
between
of these
Graham and
townships
him.
managed to eke by, where otherwise they might have starved.
I think Zara is like the bestest choice, but I just
savior of humanity.
couldn't really.
Lilia Hagen ushered Sublight
Get that
Salvage
ending?
to a new golden age. Her company grew bolder and more transparent over time, muddying the line between lawful and criminal for the entire colony. The Sublight family would thrive for years to come. Adelaide McDevitt replaced Reed Thompson as the leader of Edgewater.
Oh yeah, because we murdered him.
She and her followers
I remember.
transformed Edgewater in their image. Anyone loyal to Reed was pressured into leaving town, and those who stayed behind adapted to her way of life. Adelaide transformed the old cannery into a new garden. The nearby Edgewater Cemetery provided a convenient source of fertilizer. It was said that the first corpse that fed her garden belonged to Reed Thompson. Under the leadership of
I guess he wouldn't say that if I just simply convinced Red to leave. But I fucking killed him.
The ship's mechanical
And Parvati got freaked out by that.
Time to educate a
She was like,
promising
"What are you
generation
doing?"
of engineers, schooled in her family's traditions.
And I was like, I don't know, it's just he was a dick to you.
Looks promising. The
So I killed him.
rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon.
Is that supposed to be a
While
riot?
Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority
Looks like they're
gave
just
them little
sparring.
choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed.
Yeah, I'm scared of getting a job. There you go. It's Ellie.
She understood she could never truly rely on others.
What's her ending?
So
Did she
set
die?
about making sure she wouldn't have to. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts,
Hell
she was
yeah.
finally able
Thanks
to
to
afford
me.
a ship of her own. She enjoyed a long and infamous career running missions across the system. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering
Oh,
for
no.
Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two
It
hands.
sounds like Felix's
As
life
much as he
sucks.
enjoyed his
I
adventures
think maybe if I
before the
allowed him to
the
join
liquor known as
Harlow's
Max
crew
eventually
instead of
decided
staying with
that
me,
it was
maybe he
time
would
to
get like a
move on,
cooler ending.
to live out the life he had sought so long to
You know, I
feel.
was selfish. I
He knew
wanted
there were
Felix to
many
hang
in the
out with
colony
me.
who carried burdens
And,
much worse than the
in the
ones
process,
he
I made his
struggled
life
with.
shittier.
And he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could.
If you kill
He
Harlow
only
like I
ever
did in the
took up
previous
arms
playthrough,
again to defend
then
the
you also
defenseless.
just get like shitty ending for
Unshackled
Felix.
from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace.
At least with him, I
Once
have a
the
good
matter
ending.
with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the
Everybody got a
ground.
good ending except for
And
Felix.
Parvati,
And also Sam, because I fucking killed
enthusiastically,
him.
if somewhat awkwardly,
Let's pretend that
agreed.
Ram really was Sam,
The
except
stories
evil.
of her adventures spread
Changed his
across the
name and
colony,
became bigger
and
and
Parvati soon found
silver
herself
instead
the
of green.
center of attention. Having served as the engineer of a renowned spacecraft, tramp freighters and wildcat miners sought her out by name.
It's like Sam wanted to be a
And in
friend
no
with me.
time,
He was nice
she
to me.
was a
I was
fixture
just
in the
being a
groundbreaker's
dick. I was keep
mechanical
punching him,
ecosystem.
and then I kicked him out of my
She and
team.
Junlei were never far apart. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, an MSI subsidiary of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail, or clearing an infestation. Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his
Oh, yeah,
contact with
him.
you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor.
Well, that's good
Once
because
it
I actually
became
thought
clear
of
that
killing
no
him.
help would be coming from Earth, he threw his
He had a cool
considerable
outfit, I kinda
efforts
wanted to
and
take it.
talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. Dr. Wells was able to revive many more scientists and engineers than he first expected, thanks to the additional batch of chemicals you stole from the Ministry. Wells never forgot about the human lives that were lost in acquiring these chemicals.
See, when I
In
first
the
played
end,
the game,
Dr. Wells was able to
he was
save
only
every
saved
scientist and engineer
a
aboard the
couple
Hope.
of them,
Over the next decade,
and then he died.
nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement.
I feel like a lot of these
Breakthroughs
scientists
in dietary supplements
frozen
saved
would
the
be a
colony
little
from
upset. Why the
starvation.
fuck were they frozen in the first
Geoengineering
place?
projects and social reforms.
I mean, actually, no, never
began
mind.
to
They knew
change
that
the
they were
structure
frozen
and
on
character
purpose.
of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed
so
away
he died
a few
anyway.
years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived.
The ones with no
Today,
faces,
Halcyon has stabilized.
only wearing masks.
The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about
It's all
you,
thanks to me.
the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon?
Well, I got my own fucking ending that I came up
Long
with.
after Wells passed away, you carried on his work with more
Sure,
energy,
sure.
determination, and brilliance than he could ever muster.
Mustard?
The
I like
years
mustard.
that followed were hard.
I like
but
it on
Halcyon
hamburgers
survived
and hot
by the
dogs.
efforts of the host's most promising colonists, the greatest of which was you. No one
Yeah,
knows
I'm the
what's
greatest.
happened to Earth,
I wish someone else
as
would
no
tell
one
me that
knows
except for
what the
video
future
games.
has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
What I like to believe happened to Jimmy Bob is he actually did took a fucking role in that TV show that he was supposed to star in, and for a while he was just doing acting, and that's it. He maybe wasn't the best actor, but he was kind of like Chuck Norris. He's not like the best actor, but he's known for being like an action badass, so still pretty good. And the backstory, like the whole, I don't know, have I told you fucking backstory of Jimmy Bob where I came up with him? I was playing Titanfall 2, and there's a part in Titanfall 2 where you can start, there's like a place full of robots, and I was like fucking around, jumping off walls, kicking the robots, because if you punch the robot he would like die. And I was trying to come up with like most ridiculous ways to kill robots. And what I end up doing is like sliding and punching robots in the dick. And then I came up with this redneck character who's fucking obsessed with murdering robots because he's like, a wife cheated on him with a robot. And then first name I came up with was Jimmy Bob. And he kinda stick. Even though your character in Titanfall 2 doesn't fucking have a character creator, so you couldn't really make up your own characters. But that's the character I made up when I was playing Titanfall 2. Also, Titanfall 2 is indeed on my list of Let's Plays to do, but I don't know when the fuck I'll do that one. At some point, I will. Don't worry about that. Maybe when I'm done with Half-Life games. Yeah, so the story is, you know, Jimmy Bob was a commando on Earth. He was like a super soldier and shit. Like a futuristic commando guy from Titanfall. And then he had a robot android partner, and his wife cheated on him with his android partner, and he killed his android partner, got kicked out of the army for that, was pissed off because not only he lost his wife, but his job to a robot, and from that point on he's kind of been a mercenary and had a grudge against robots. And I guess at some point he got assigned to the freezing program to freeze greatest minds of Earth, and he got frozen as a great soldier. And refrozen, and this is where the events of this Let's Play kicked off. So yeah, if I'm ever playing another game that takes place in the future, like I was already thinking that if I'm gonna play Cyberpunk 2077, I'm gonna bring back Jimmy Bob. And then when I'm gonna be playing Skyrim, I'm gonna bring back GZB, because we haven't seen GZB in a long time. Oh look, there's letters. You are my muse. It's like developers put like love letters in their game, that's cool. It's really cute. So overall, I really like this game. My friend wanted to borrow it from me, so I'm glad I finished it this week and not like the next week. And I wish it would be a little longer. I wish that all the planets you see would actually have like places to go, because it's a little bit like teasing. Like I look at all these planets you can go to, and it turns out you can't go to most of them. Yeah, but maybe that's a good thing it's a little shorter than you think. Because a lot of games that like for example, Assassin's Creed Odyssey was one of those games where I started playing it. I played it for like 2 months, and then I stopped playing it for a couple of months, came back, played it for like 3 months, and it just took me so long to beat that game because I was like keep running into quests and I wanted to do all of them, and not every single one of them was that interesting. I do appreciate because most of them were pretty interesting, but not all of them. And sometimes when I would like, progress the main story, I would unlock more fucking side quests, and I was like, oh my god. I hate to be the guy who tried to like 100% the game, but at least those are the kind of games where like if you can't afford the games, and for example you ask your parents on Christmas for Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and you're gonna get it, then you're gonna at least get a lot of time out of it, and you're not gonna like beat it the next day and be like, oh man, I'm done with the game. This game took me a week to beat when I was first playing it. This Let's Play took me like 3 weeks, I believe, or 4. Maybe 4. Yeah, I think 4. I started a long time ago actually. And this is episode 49, 39 I believe, or 40, I don't know. Take-Two Interactive. Take-Two Interactive? They published this game? Oh, they published it in Asia, some regions I guess. Yeah, alright. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna be looking forward to the sequel. Apparently there's a DLC coming to this game. I don't know, I don't think I'm gonna buy it, to be honest. Just like the DLC for Mortal Kombat 11, I don't think I'm gonna want to buy it. It's expensive, I don't wanna fucking spend money on a DLC that's probably gonna be like 3 hours long. Add some characters. I'm not that big into Mortal Kombat anyway. I'm just gonna watch someone else play it. Monster Hunter World had a fucking DLC that I didn't really felt like beating because I felt like it was gonna be like, oh, every episode's gonna be an hour long, and I'm gonna be really mad at it again. I didn't want it to ruin my opinion on Monster Hunter World. I thought it was a great game, really difficult but really great. I didn't want it to ruin that, so I didn't really want to fucking play that DLC. I was talking about this Mafia 1 remake, and also that the Tony Hawk 1 and 2 remake got announced, and then I was like, oh, wasn't there a Gothic 1 remake also in works? I'm just like, wow, everything's getting a fucking remake, good lord. It's like only games I'm looking forward in the future, fucking remakes of old games. Thank God for Cyberpunk, some breath of fresh air, since I never played the board game. I mean the pen and paper game, I don't know, it's like... I always wanted to play something like Dungeons and Dragons with my friends, but I feel like they wouldn't want to fucking play it, because it's like, you have a board, you have to fucking use your imagination. And I don't even know how the fuck to play it. Polish testers. Russian testers. Why do they have like different country testers? Were they testing the dub or something like that? How much do video game testers get paid? How hard it is to get a job like that, to test games? How hard it is to test games? I think I'd rather do Let's Plays, except I ain't getting paid for it. Shit. That sucks. I'm not even close to. I would have to get 1,000 sub, and I'm only at 200. And I'm like stuck at the same fucking amount of subs for like almost a year. It ain't moving forward, it's just like stuck. This Borderlands ass music is playing again. Speaking of Borderlands, this whole series was a reason. Like instead of this series, I was supposed to do Borderlands 1. But then I was like, I don't want to play Borderlands 1. Borderlands 1 is garbage. I hate that fucking game actually. And yeah, next we're gonna do Yakuza 0, and then we're gonna do Borderlands 1. So shit, I finished it. Guess I'm just gonna delete my save file, delete this game, and probably never play it. Or maybe one day I'll come back and play it again. But not anytime soon. See you fellas in the next series, bye.